a simple fact is that appendix carry is my preference. Now, a couple things with appendix carry. You can carry appendix carry no matter how big you are. I hear guys say, I'm too big to carry, I'm 300 pounds, whatever it is, right? I've got too big of a beer gut to be able to carry a gun comfortably. That's simply not true. You do have to mess with it a little bit. And I tell everybody, do your appendix carry and dedicate yourself to carrying it for 2 weeks. Once you've carried it for 2 weeks, if you still determine it's not comfortable enough for you, then get rid of it. But you'll find that you have to ride your pants in a little bit different spot. Maybe you get kind of in the habit of hiking up your pants before you go sit down, that sort of thing. You'll also find that guns with a smaller barrel, a little bit shorter width or length barrel, something like this P365X Macro, a little bit shorter barrel than say maybe a Glock 17 or something like that. It does matter that the length of that barrel a little bit more when you're carrying appendix, obviously because of the fulcrum points and everything with your waist. And so because of that, right, we're going to look at appendix carry as a very, very good option, but you will find a lot of people say it's uncomfortable, I couldn't get used to it. And that is a perfectly valid point. Some people just really struggle to get used to appendix carry, and it's not a good option for them. So for me, that is my primary carry method. That's almost always how I carry. However, like I said, I do buy an outside the waistband holster for every gun so that I have that option later on. But typically those are the two holsters that I will own, is an appendix carry and an outside the waistband holster for just about every firearm, in both capacities, as I will have it set up for a weapon light or not a weapon light, depending. I generally don't carry a weapon light appendix because it just ends up being a little bit too much going on down there and it gets a little bit uncomfortable. So a simple fact is that a good quality gun belt, a good quality holster, you'll find them comfortable. Now, biggest mistake I see people make is they use cheap belts or they use cheap holsters because they want to try it for a little while. Cheap belts and cheap holsters will never ever be comfortable. You actually have to buy a decent quality holster to try this with, and you may have to adjust the positions for it, right? You may have to make it ride up or down or whatever it is from the factory settings. So you may have to adjust it a little bit in order to find out what actually works for you. And so I found what works for me, what's comfortable for me to carry, what gives me good access to that firearm and a good draw stroke all at the same time. And that does take some trial and error. So don't discount appendix if you think it's too uncomfortable or you think your belly's too big or whatever it is. It's okay. You just have to find that you're going to have to probably adjust where your pants ride a little bit. You may have to adjust your pant size. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't notice that I had to adjust the pant size when we used to wear in a 4 o'clock position, but wearing an appendix carry position, it does make a huge difference in your comfort level by going up on a pant size. So I do advocate for changing that up when you do an appendix carry position and making sure that, yes, this is a comfortable way for me to carry, but we got to make sure that we're doing it both safely and that we are taking advantage of everything that this has to offer.